Alright, here we are back again. Doing the Shiyu defense reset. Yeah, I'm just going to probably do these last ones from now on just because there's no real reason to do the first ones as much. Here, I have her, but my gosh, I don't know. I just... She's not built very good. As you can see here, it's kind of mid. I had a piece here. Let's go see if I can find it. Something like this, I guess. This isn't very good either, but what is this? Oh, this could go on there. Alright, let's do that. Even with this, she's still not super great. She's got like 80-something% crit rate. I need to replace this with a crit damage piece and then go from there. Anyway, point is, she's just not built super well. And I honestly, just not super fun to use her, so we're going to go with Yushuan. Though, yes, shut up, go away. It would be pretty beneficial because we do have a fire bonus right now, so... but yeah, I'm just not. Well, ultimate and then rupture. Okay, well, there's really no reason to use fire. Unless using Minato, who's going to come out in 6 days or something. I might go back and do this. What I've been thinking is... Let's see, maybe running... It's not really worth it, but I wanted to see how Minato can do as a sub DPS. So you can see here, have Yushuan here, him here, and then have like Minato here. Because for those of you who know, she has a lot of animation kind of cancel stuff where it's like one of her ults, you can swap to another character while that ult is happening. You don't see me do it a lot because there's no reason to. Because it's like if I'm using her, what am I going to do? Switch to Panda? What am I going to do with Panda? Like what am I going to do with Pulchra? They don't do any damage. They don't do anything. If I'm using my ult, it's usually during the stun window, which means that Pulchra, if I switch to Pulchra, it's a waste of time because they're already stunned. I'm building up nothing on the stun meter, and she doesn't do any damage. Panda doesn't do any, you know what I mean? So basically the point is I'm wondering if adding Minato to some of these animation cancels might make this more interesting. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But for now, this is the team I'm running, and then down here we're running... I think I'm going to run Lightning this time, because normally I usually fight this guy with Jane, because he's also physical weak, so Jane with Seth is pretty good. I'm curious to see what I can do here with this team. Let's go over here. I'm running her on the impact thing here, but I think I'm gonna swap her back. I was using this because on Deadly Assault, you want her to get that extra stun, because you can squeeze one more stun, and if I take this off, I get the final stun. I don't know if it's the third or fourth stun. It might be the fourth stun. I don't pay attention, but I might get the fourth stun off like 2 seconds before the timer runs out, and then obviously that doesn't help. So putting this on gets me a big enough window for that time. But I think I'm just going to run with this. This is just really hard to give up on her. Let's go see what her crit rate is. Abysmal for some reason. What's going on? What am I missing? Crit rate. Oh, I swapped this off. Her crit rate is really low. So 80% plus the 15 gets her to 95. I guess it's because I swapped this off. So if I had this, she'd be back to where she was before. So, but I like having this piece right here on Sambi, and I want this piece on her. Obviously, this should be electric damage bonus, but as you can see, I don't have any electric damage bonus except for this one. So, tough luck. I guess maybe I could swap this for this, but I think the +3 crit damage is pretty good. Yeah, so we'll just go with this. Again, having Nicole, I guess, I'll show off the builds right here. Starting. Well, that was dumb. Put you here. We'll show off the builds at the beginning here, 53. I've had quite a bit of upgrading on her. Wrong button. Of this. I kind of need to boost this, but I'm saving all my, all these chips here. What are these chips? Yeah, they're chips. I'm saving all these chips for Vivian when she comes out, so. But yeah, I'll probably upgrade this at some point. So this is my build on her right now. HP attack, crit damage, crit rate, crit damage, crit rate. This is actually pretty good. Crit damage plus crit rate there, +3. This is actually just obviously trash. Pen and attack don't do very much. The HP wasn't too bad, but I wish it could have been like crit damage or something else right there, but whatever. So as you can see, all this gear is kind of mid, but I'm working on it, slowly but surely. He doesn't change. I'm gonna put him on this. Yep. She hasn't changed very much. I need to swap this. Oh, okay. Never mind. I had that on there already. Yeah. So she doesn't change a whole lot. 60. Sambi, here we go. 62%. Crit rate plus 205. 327. Crit damage. Crit damage. Crit damage. Crit damage. Crit damage plus crit rate. So pretty good build. I got some pretty good pieces on her. 80%, still not too bad. You just have to hit 90, and with Nicole's thing, she'll be at 90 anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Just a little more damage. So she's got a lot of high damage pieces. And then who's the last one? Nicole. Nicole's still the same. High energy recharge. Running the right weapon. Awesome. So there we go. Let's get into it. Down here, we're just going to take... I'm going to take you up there, just because he does physical and anomaly. That's what that whole team does. Down here, we're taking this one. Let's do it. The build-up obviously doesn't matter, because we're not doing anomaly. Not that big a deal. I missed this one over here, but I think we'll still make it. It's not that big a deal. There we go. The range on that's ridiculous. Is this the boss? Oh, wave 2, there it is. It's funny when you do this sometimes, it's like, you know, you fight against like 13 waves of enemies, it's ridiculous. I should save this ult for, what's it called? The miasma phase, but whatever. It's really not that big a deal. There we go. Now we're talking. This guy is pretty tanky. That's another example. Like when she does that, that's a perfect time to swap over to someone else, right? Oh, did he dodge over that? That's dumb. Man, I feel like I'm doing no damage to this guy. It's really weird. There we go. 2 minutes. 250. That's crazy. It's not 250. Well, not two. I meant 2.5. I just kind of round up because it doesn't really matter. Is it just one wave or what? What's going on? I always get hit by one of those. It's really annoying. There we go.
The target's exposed.
You should be dead in this sun window here. There we go. Not quite in the stun window, but not bad either. I'm curious what time I got. Because that first round took a little longer than it should have. But it was a round carried specifically by Yishuan, right? Because, what's her name? So 218, 112. The Sambi team carried this one, obviously. You guys can tell me. I think, obviously, the build is kind of lackluster. I'm running... My crit damage is super low because I'm running, what? Crit rate is at 53 plus 20 from here is 73 plus the set that she has gives her 12%, so 85% crit damage. So I'm running about 85% crit damage, and I'm only got 130... 85% crit rate. I'm only running 130 crit damage. So I think I need to be closer to 165 on the crit damage, but it's going to take a while to farm these pieces because it's... Yeah, I don't have the best luck with these. So yeah, HP, crit damage, and whatnot, that's what the main part is. Like, look at this piece. This piece is amazing. Crit damage, crit rate, everything she needs. This is kind of mid. I had a piece, I think. Like, this one's pretty good. But the problem is I need ether damage here, because normally if I swap this over to this, which I want to do, then I'm stacking too much HP, which isn't bad, but then I don't have any ether damage bonus, so I'm kind of saturating the HP stat. But everything else boosts. So this is probably... Ultimately, I think this might be the better build. I might run it back here just to see. But... it's more future-proofing because I don't want to stack up too much HP bonus. Especially, like... I'm gonna first of all, my priority is to summon Vivian, which I don't even think I'm gonna get Vivian. I still have the pity I have. There we go. The pity I have is I could still lose a 50. Oh, I messed up. Ah! That was dumb. Well, it's like I knew who I was going for, but I pressed the buttons change, right? So depending on who you do or whatever. And I was expecting the wrong person. But that first wave went a little faster than it did last time, so it might be because of that. If I get a shorter time, it might be because of that specifically. Oops. Oh my gosh. That cost me so much time there. I'm not gonna redo it, but I just want to see how this ends up. Oh, shut up. Go away. There's nothing I hate more than, like, so when you get hit, you get launched, like it triggers the I'm just gonna restart, I guess. Shut up, go away. When the enemy hits you and you get launched, it triggers that, like, oh, press this assist to call this person in. I hate that so much. Like, if I could delete something, it'd be that. I wish I could delete a lot of things, but so if anybody knows how to disable that, let me know. But I don't think it's possible to disable that. I just hate it so much. Well, that was fast. I missed that parry. How embarrassing. That's the other thing. I also, like, I really wish you could choose how to quick assist. What I mean by that is, like, when you do Pokra forces you into the person before her, which means that it's always going into Panda. I messed that up, I'm talking here. Or it's supposed to do into Panda, and I hate that so much. Oh, I should have just EX special, but whatever. That was kind of a waste because that alone takes off like a third of a bar. I'm not gonna hit the ults in time. I don't think. Come on, one more. This ult takes forever, man. Thank you, I guess. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Let's see how much time I have. This should kill him. $214. That's still lame. So I think the difference in time, maybe the build had something to do with it, but I really do feel like the Aether damage bonus is probably better than the HP, but it's hard to tell regardless. But even with that, like, you guys saw how quickly I took out that first wave. Just go away. Yeah, you guys saw how quickly I took out that first wave. Even that, still, I was like 4 seconds better than the first run. So clearly the build isn't that big a deal. So yeah, so I'm just waiting. Wow, 2 days. I thought this was like a lot further away. So in 2 days, hopefully I'll have enough to pull for Vivian. Like I said, I might lose the 50-50, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I don't know who else is on the banner. I wonder if is Minato coming, this banner coming up, or is he coming with the Ice Lady? I've seen a lot of videos with Minato, so I'm assuming he's coming up with Lucia or whatever her name is. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.